Hey everybody, welcome to It's Real with Jordan and Demi, alongside Demi Ramos. And I'm Jordan Edwards. I don't know where I was going with that. Alongside Demi Ramos, I'm Jordan Edwards. Welcome to the show. We are so happy. We have something happened a few weeks ago. We had CADE on our show, and his power went out in the middle of the feed. And CADE has been gracious enough to come back on the show and try it again. So here live from Southern California, let's welcome CADE to the show.
Let's go. Second time's the charm. Man? Second time is the charm.
Second time's the charm. So explain what exactly happened. It got windy and the power line went out. A coyote chewed on the line. What happened?
Something weird like that. So I live kind of up in the hills here in LA, and it gets really windy. And basically what happened is a power line completely fell over and it bashed in and knocked out the power for the whole area. So during that time while we were doing that, I was like, I don't know if it's just like bad signal because everyone's home or what happened, but the power just completely cut out. And I was like, oh no. So I was just totally screwed.
Wow. And I wanted where we left off right when you were doing it, you mentioned that you were neighbors with Machine Gun Kelly. Is this true?
Yes, this is true. He lives a little bit down the road from me.
And do you have any interaction with him? Does he drive by in like fancy cars with music playing really loud?
I wish. You know what? I think he's just all over the place. He's a busy dude, so I always see his cars out and about, but I don't usually see him.
Fox come over and just like, hey, I just made this like
that. I wish, but they go to never the same bars that I do.
Yeah. Well, maybe you'll get invited to a barbecue this summer or something.
Please, I hope so.
I wonder what kind of barbecue Machine Gun Kelly would throw, like what he would serve.
That's honestly a great question. Do you think that he's a meat eater?
I think so. But here's the question is, would he be like just a regular burgers and brats guy, or would he have like fancy like Kobe beef grilling out there, you know?
I feel like he would probably do it right. I think he would do it the full way. Kobe beef, a chef, like.
Yeah, he'd always hire a private chef. He's not gonna do it himself.
No.
Yeah.
No. I don't see MGK flipping burgers.
Yeah. In a little chef's hat or an apron. Yeah. Kiss the cook. Are you much of a cook grilling person? Like what's your food prep?
Oh ability? Yeah. Actually, since quarantine, my chef game has like gone so much better. So basically my go-to dish is like a garlic chicken. It's actually, this isn't very original. I got this from Pinterest, but it's like a garlic chicken that you make. It's like a keto, like really light diet kind of food that's like in like it's like a cream sauce, but it's like low fat cream sauce. It's really good. You guys,
it's so California.
Really love it. It's so California of me. It's not.
Yeah. Demi's a great cook.
Are you? What's your go-to, Demi?
I was being kind of sarcastic, but
my go-to is like a carton of icing, probably.
Okay, so you're not much
icing out of the carton. Yeah,
I like sugar. Anything sugary. So let's talk music for a sec.
Okay,
you make pop music. You've collaborated with some really cool people. What's your first musical memory? How did you get into this stuff?
So my family, actually my grandma in particular on my mom's side, she's very musical. She kind of grew up in Orlando around the like Disney scene, and she actually taught
the Disney scene
and Backstreet Boys like their harmony parts. So I say that to say that music was around our family from like as early as I can remember. So like when it was holidays and stuff, like we're gathered around the piano, like everything was music based. It wasn't like or I didn't have other options. Like I could do whatever I wanted, but music always just was the only thing that like really mattered to me. So I would say that like the first memory was probably like doing Christmas at my grandma's house and everyone sitting around like singing carols would probably be my first music memory. But you know, I just decided like there's nothing else for me. Like this is all I care about. I like grew up with a bunch of friends that were athletes, and I was like the one musician of the group, and I was like, this is who I am, you know?
If I remember correctly, was it your grandma who was a Disney princess? Did you say that?
A
Someone was
Disney
a Disney
princess. I
princess?
don't know if I said she was a Disney princess, but my grandma is a princess. Well, we can go there. Yeah, no Disney princesses in my family, unfortunately.
So if not an artist, what would you be? If you could pick one.
If not an artist, I think I would be in film. I think I want to, like, I don't know, be a director or something, because I've always really liked videos. Like, as far as when I do like music video shoots and stuff, like that's usually some of my favorite days, is like being on set. So I'd say if I didn't do music, I'd probably want to do video.
When you do a music video, how collaborative is the process with the director? And you're independent. What's your
Very.
record label affiliation right now? It always changes with
Yeah,
people.
yeah. So I'm with Ultra Music, Ultra Records, based in New York, where you guys are, which is awesome. They're great. But yeah, as far as what you're saying, like
As
my
far as
team
like
and
collaborating
situation.
with directors, how much do you actually like? Are you in the room talking about,
Oh,
what lighting, what looks, what the
very
concept of the
involved.
video is? Like, how much are you involved?
I'm very involved. I like to do like calls with the director. When we're on set, I'm usually, doing the shots myself, but then afterward, I kind of come back and step over the shoulder and kind of see what's going on. I feel like it's very important for the artist to be heavily involved in their creative, if they feel like they have like a vision where they know what they're looking for. Like every time I'm shooting a video, I have a vision in my head of like exactly what I'm trying to get. So I feel like I almost micromanage and make sure that what I'm envisioning is getting done on the other side. Because I've had experiences where you shoot videos and they don't turn out how you want it to, and there's nothing worse.
Yeah. Oh, believe me,
Feels
believe
like
me.
everyone wasted
I've
their
been on the other
time.
side of
No one's
that. Yeah.
happy.
Yeah. My basically what I was getting at was how big of a pain in the ass are you when it comes to
I guess a bit of one, but I try to be nice with everyone. That's the goal.
yeah,
But yeah,
totally.
I just love being involved in everything creative. I try to stay heavily involved in all of the direct communication with like my business.
One thing
Yeah.
that, aside from making electronic music and collaborating with amazing electronic artists, one thing about Cade that I think people should know is Cade was one of those guys that was walking around music festivals with glow sticks. And I'm kidding.
That's right.
But tell us about how kind of like you fell in love with electronic music and
A
festivals.
hundred percent. So, like Demi's saying, I kind of grew up as a festival goer, a concert goer. My idea of fun was going out to clubs. I was like honestly sneaking into like 18 up clubs under 18 just to like go see these DJs. And it
Bro,
was
you
just
still look
like
young. You still look
I,
young.
I am. I'm 24. I'm a little baby.
Oh my God,
Yeah, but I
same.
can't imagine how young you look when you were 16, 17, like trying to get an 18 in
Oh,
the clubs.
I
Same
don't
shit.
know. Someone should have gotten fired. But anywho, so I grew up like my friends and I were always going to concerts and shows, and that was just like what really got me excited about trying to pursue the artist thing myself. Is like I was a fan, like I loved everything about this lifestyle, and then I always knew that I was going to pursue music, but it was kind of like when I was finishing up high school. I started touring and decided to leave public school and switch to online school, and I started like touring full time. And yeah, that's kind of when I decided to move to LA and just commit full time, and kind of just never looked back.
You have a fancy platinum record plaque in the background there. Can you explain that?
Yes. So this plaque is for a remix I did for Maggie Lindemann with my friends Cheat Codes. So Cheat Codes and I, actually, one of the members of Cheat Codes is one of my roommates. So we always collaborate closely with each other, and it was really crazy how that record came about. Basically, I was living with Trevor in Studio City at the time, just another area in LA, and he was very busy with touring. So they were kind of all over the place. And he was like, listen, like, I have this opportunity to do a Maggie Lindemann remix, but I don't know like which direction to take it. I've tried a couple things and it's not really connecting. He's like, you want to just like see if you can kind of get something started with it? And I was like, absolutely. So I took all the stem files, like the audio files, and just kind of started reworking things and showed him what I came up with. He's like, oh, that's the direction. Like this inspires me. And we just kind of started going back and forth on it until it was done. And it was just crazy because it came together so naturally. You know, it was just like literally just my buddy in the house was like, how about you try this song? And then boom, you know, we never knew it was going to be like a big moment.
It has over, that song Pretty Girl has over 700 million streams. That would be hard for me to wrap my head around. Like you just can't conceive that.
It is. It's definitely one of those things where, you know, I remember specifically like when Trevor and I listened to the final version of the song, like I was like, oh, this is going to be great. Like I can't wait for this to release. But I never thought like 700 million streams, you know, like never once did that cross my mind. So the whole idea was just like, it was just a crazy moment. You know, we were all kind of in shock, honestly.
Going into like the pop world where, you know, there's a lot of focus on streaming. Do you ever feel the pressure to like make the next biggest thing?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think that was something, you know, after I had that moment, that was something that was really giving me a lot of pressure and anxiety, was like the idea of how do you follow this up, you know, which was kind of how I was feeling. But just in general, you know, I feel like with me making music, like my goal every time is like I do this because I love it. Like I do it because my creative energy like needs to leave me somehow. And like I don't know. I just, for me, I'm not gonna be happy if I'm in the studio trying to make something for someone else. So I think like at a certain point I realized like I'm the only version of CADE. There's no other CADE Larson out there in this world. So like if I do exactly what my own original, you know, brain is coming up with, and no one else is going to be able to replicate that because it's only me, you know. So that's kind of like the perspective I tried to switch up, is like not thinking about like, oh, is this going to feel like a hit, but more so like, is this you, like is this truly CADE, you know, is like kind of how I try to see everything when I'm in the studio.
You mentioned doing other people's music. You're known. We kind of touched on this when we did the live stream last time. You're known mostly for your remixes, like the Maggie Lindemann song. Right. How do you feel about being known as a remixer more than being known for CADE solo music? Are you trying to change that perception?
You know what? That's a great question, because you know, at the end of the day, I can only be grateful for being known at all. Like to be able to be recognized for any sort of, you know, well streaming song or anything is just great. Like I don't have any problem with that whatsoever. At the same time, I am trying to show people that I'm a singer and I make this, you know, vibey R&B electronic kind of original hybrid of music, and I want to show people that. And you know, in one sense, I wish that people didn't only know me as a remixer, and that maybe people knew the depth of the CADE brand and what I'm really trying to aim for, which is that. But at the end of the day, no, I'm just grateful to be known at all, you know.
It's funny you say, going back to pressure, a lot of artists come on the show and we hear this word anxiety come up.
Oh
And I find
yeah,
it interesting because success and anxiety seem to be just like paired. Um,
absolutely.
your fans actually might not even have no idea. They see you, they say, wow, he
Right.
seems confident and he's got so much going on. What are some ways that you kind of cope with that anxiety?
You know what? I love that you brought that up, because anxiety, I really do agree with you. I think that anxiety and, you know, just trying to do anything, I would say even just in entertainment, like entertainment brings a lot of pressure and anxiety. But as far as how I try to manage it, I really try to do as much as I can to like fight stress. So I will meditate almost daily. I try to keep my fitness to the point where I'm at least like staying active or getting outside or doing something. I'm not going to act like I'm some gym guru, because I'm not at all. But I try to just make sure that I'm just taking care of myself, you know, like getting good sleep, eating a decent diet. Like I found that I have to like pack my diet with like crazy amounts of nutrients if I like want to feel good for the week. And if I don't, like I don't know if it's all in my head or not, but if I don't, like I really feel more anxiety, I feel more stress. So like I do all these things on a daily basis to try to make sure that I'm like keeping up with all of the intensity of this business, because it definitely can get crazy.
Kate, give us a little insight uh, as venues and events start opening up more on your end, because you do love touring, you do love doing shows, festivals,
Right.
whatever. How are you feeling about the prospect of playing shows this summer? What is your management? What kind of conversations you're having with management? So tell us the status of that whole situation.
You know what? I think that there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and I think that everyone's starting to notice that right now. It seems like all these big show promoters and bookers, like everyone's ready to go. We all want to get back to it, get back out there. I know as far as my team goes, everyone's just kind of saying be ready to go for when it strikes. We have a couple college offers in the works right now. Which is cool because, depending on where the school is located, certain schools are able to get away with certain things. But yeah, I'm just hopeful that hopefully soon here we'll be able to open up properly and in a way that's safe for everyone, because the last thing I think that everyone should be doing is going out here and starting crazy parties before everyone can handle it. But I think that soon enough here, if everyone's going to get vaccinated, hopefully by the end of summer, like they're hoping, then I don't see a problem with, everyone slowly starting to open back up in a way that, maybe it's smaller capacities or whatever, but I'm definitely ready to go. I can't take it anymore. I'm like ready to get out.
Our producer Hope, she is saying that there are 2.2 million TikTok videos to Pretty Girl, and we're kind of interested. How do you feel about that?
It's just weird, like, I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing, but it's just wild that many people around this world have enjoyed that song or enjoyed anything that I've been a part of is I guess like what kind of trips me out. Like I can't believe that many content creators made a video to my song. That doesn't really make a lot of sense, but it's definitely, it's amazing. It just shows how quickly something can spread, and it shows like I guess that really was a viral moment, and it still kind of blows my mind, honestly. I just can't even believe it.
We talked about a little bit previously about how insane you are in terms of studio work. You're at the computer all the time, making new things. And then there's the other aspect of this. Electronic music, pop music is about the music, but it's also about the imagery, the aesthetic, how you dress, what your appearance is.
Of course.
How comfortable are you if as your popularity grows about being in front of a camera? Like being with us is fine, but we're not Jimmy Fallon, let's not pretend. So how do you feel, how comfortable are you in terms of being on camera and telling kind of the celebrity side of your music?
I would say that I'm pretty comfortable. I think that all of that kind of thing tends to come from experience and the amount of time you've done, being in that position, like as far as, being on the other side of the camera and everything. I feel like, everyone always has a ways to go. I could definitely be more comfortable, but I feel like I'm starting to get there. And yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll see, if I do something like Jimmy Fallon or Jimmy Kimmel, if I just get on screen and just freeze up or something. But
You'll get there.
I think that we got it under control. I think like Demi was saying earlier, it's like a lot of people might not know that you're feeling anxious or nervous, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you aren't. And I feel like maybe a lot of these guys do a great job hiding it, but we all always, get the stomach butterflies or a little bit of nerves beforehand. I feel like that's just natural.
What's so crazy, Jordan? I feel like Cade, for being 24, is so like mature and like ahead of your years. Like I feel like there's
Thank you
something
so
about
much.
you that we don't know yet. There's some like serious, like, what's the toughest decision you've ever made in your life? There's an edge to you.
Wow. No,
There's an
that's a
edge
good
to you
question,
that most people
honestly,
don't know
because
about.
Yeah. Well, first of all, thank you. I appreciate that. I have an older brother that's 5 years older than me and an older sister that's three. My older brother is like, we're like this, we're roommates and we do all the music stuff together. So like it's I spend so much time with him that I feel sometimes like I'm just at that age. And I think that's part of where the, maturity side of things comes from. But um I don't really know as far as like the hardest decision, I would say probably moving to Los Angeles and like just deciding to actually be like, okay, I'm gonna do this music thing even if it doesn't work out. I think that was like the hardest life decision I ever made, and I feel like the most growth I ever had was probably around 17 or 18 years old when I started being independent, and I just had to learn how to do everything completely by myself. And I feel like that's just the best way to grow is to like put yourself in this pond of all these fish, and just force yourself to compete with everyone in LA. Like LA can be very intense because here, everyone has a dream. Like I'm one of a million as far as people trying to do music in LA. So yeah, I don't know. It's just
But
it's
not
just
everyone can rock a vest like that.
I
hey,
want to point
thank
that out for a
you.
second. I was just thinking, how do you like when you get dressed in the morning? How do you decide what to wear? Because you always got something interesting going on.
Thank you so much. Well, I always feel like fashion, just in general, has been like a big part of what I love and who I am. Like I've always, even back in the day, like as a young kid, I always felt like I was the one kid that was dressing different from everyone else. Like it was just like something I had fun with. But as far as like on a day to day, it's important to me to pick out like my favorite items and stuff. And I'm kind of always online shopping. I'm not gonna lie. I just like always get new
Are
pieces
you
and
using
stuff.
the
But
Instagram shopping
oh
option?
yeah, I fuck with Instagram shopping. I think it's great because it's nice that when you actually see something that someone's wearing, you can just like pull it up and just pull the tag and just grab it right from there. Like I feel like Instagram shopping showed me more clothes than almost Google, which is
It's a really
weird.
good tool for young up and coming designers too to get their stuff out there to make it
Right.
accessible and for people like you to easily purchase their pieces.
I actually have my merch on Instagram shopping.
Plug it
So,
right now. What do
so
you
just
got?
plug in that right now. I have a wolf blue hoodie and a bandana that is live on Instagram shopping. So make sure you check that out.
And the wolf blue hoodie is a callback to your last EP, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Exactly. Somebody
Which,
did their research. Look at
of
that.
course, of course, of
I
course.
love
You
it.
know, the guy from Hot Ones, Sean, what's his name?
Yes.
So when I started this podcast, my dad was like, "Be like him." That was his advice to me was be like the guy
Well,
from
he
Hot
he
Ones,
does a great job.
What?
and he knows everything about everyone. So yeah,
Yeah, no, that's great advice. I feel like I've done interviews in the past where like someone might not know necessarily like what they're gonna ask me about, and it's just like an awkward vibe because then it's just like I don't know, there's like a disconnect. You know what I mean? So it's cool that you guys do your research and make sure that you know
yeah.
everything about what's going on, and yeah,
Like
I
I thought I was
respect that.
talking to Ezra Koenig from Vampire Weekend for a second. You know, when I'm. Do people say you look like him?
No, I've actually
Oh,
never gotten that one before.
oh okay.
I get Josh Hutcherson all the time, who I think is also a neighbor because I've seen him at the gym playing basketball before. But everyone always says that I look like him, which I think is kind of funny. Like I see it in the face for sure. But that's about it.
Yeah.
So that's what. So you have a single coming up, Cade. Okay.
I do.
Who Set Us on Fire? The production features Nick Mira, aka Internet Money, Juice
Correct.
World, Lil Tecca, and it's dropping on April 2nd. Give us a little insight.
Yes.
Give us a little
April
insight.
2nd, Who Set Us on Fire. So this is a song I did a while back, but it's one that I've just been holding on to because it's really special to me. I did this song in a session, like Demi said, with Nick Mira, who's a great producer. As she said, he did a lot of the stuff for Juice World and Lil Tecca, and he's just really talented. And I worked with him alongside a couple of other great producers and writers. This guy named Cutfather, who's Dutch, and he's amazing. And then another guy named Sacco, who's a really great producer. He actually did some mixing for Elton John and Surface's new song, which is pretty cool. But yeah, no, the song is just really special to me. It's a cool song about drifting apart as far as a love life goes. I feel like a lot of music is about that, but this song is different. This song I feel like pushes the boundaries of electronic music and where I'm trying to head with R&B and my own brand. So I'm really excited for people to hear it. Screaming guitars, hard 808s, the production's fat. You're gonna love it.
Now,
Who set us on fire?
You mentioned growing apart. Give us the tea. Is this actually about a specific person?
Yes. So I recently went through a breakup. So
back on the market. CADE is single.
Back on the market. CADE is single. But yeah, so this is definitely about that, and it's going to be really cool to visualize the whole thing, and I really hope that the people that keep up with my music like it as much as I do, because I feel like it is probably the best CADE single yet.
What's
Looking
some
forward to it.
personalized CADE
Thank you.
breakup advice for all of your guy, little boy fans coming up?
Yeah, of course. My advice is try your best to be strong on your own 2 feet, because I feel like the happier you can be by yourself, the happier you can be with someone else. And as far as a breakup goes, I would say that it's really important to try your best to dissociate, because like the more you kind of just sit and obsess and kind of look at everything, it just stresses you out, So I'd say the best thing to do is try your best to actually allow for some space, and focus on keeping yourself distracted and trying your best to do what you can to get back on your feet and move forward and be happy with yourself. I saw a great TikTok the other day. It was like a viral TikTok, and this girl was basically saying, she's like, I just took myself out to eat in Miami. I just took myself on a date because I'm dating myself. And I was like, I'm dating myself right now. I fuck with that. I think everyone should date themselves, because you're stuck with yourself.
Also, let's not look past that you're single going into the possible reopening of shows and festivals. Just saying. Just saying.
He's saying it's about being lit.
You know what? Yeah, I guess traveling might be fun. Well, I guess we'll just see what happens. It's gonna be fun. I'm excited to get back to just the swing of normal life. I feel like we're close. Didn't they just announce in New York that they're doing small capacity shows? Or am I wrong about that?
I missed that. I feel like I should know that, but
I thought they said come April they're going to do like 33%. Is that maybe I?
Yeah.
I
Well, I know they're so there's the only thing I know, they're starting with the basketball arena. So the Nets at Barclays are letting in 20% capacity.
Nice.
And I'm sure that Yankees and Mets will probably allow that as well.
Wow.
And also what's happening, my parents are from Missouri, and they've lowered the threshold to get vaccines down to age 50 in Missouri.
Oh,
so
that's great.
It just keeps dropping, They actually have a surplus of vaccines in certain parts of Missouri. My stepmom had to go to a town 2 hours away because they had shipped too many vaccines. Like there were towns of 2,000 people getting 4,000 doses of vaccine,
right.
So they had to redisperse.
And why does that happen?
I don't know.
Why would they distribute more than they need?
Yeah.
Very bizarre. But hopefully we will all be vaccinated soon. Do you guys think you'll get vaccinated?
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, I would imagine so.
Yeah. Yeah. What is Hope, our producer, who's laughing off screen here? She had a line. She said, "I don't care if there's mashed potatoes in the vaccine. Give it to me." So,
I love that. Yeah, for real. Let's get this thing moving.
And
also, mashed potatoes kind of sound good right now. So
they do sound good right now.
Yeah.
Like some breakfast potatoes.
What's the CADE comfort food? Like, what do you eat that's like maybe not good for you? That
fried chicken.
Oh yeah, Popeyes or KFC are homemade.
Unlike a lot of my fellow LA people, I do still eat meat. I'm from Florida. I'm from the South. I grew up on fried
the land
chicken.
Of gators and strip clubs.
Yes, exactly. And the Bucks. Go Bucks.
Oh, I'm a Chiefs fan.
Won the Super Bowl this year. Oh no.
Yeah. Well, I get it. I
Oh
admire
man, did
greatness.
this just get awkward?
No.
Let's go.
The Chiefs has such an awful offensive line. There really was no chance. So I'm looking for a bounce back year next year. I would love to see a Tom versus Patrick rematch.
Let's go.
And
I'd love that too.
yeah,
I
would
don't
do
know
a
if the
whole
rest of the
trilogy.
NFL would love that, but we love it.
Yeah. Oh, the whole NFL would love Mahomes and Brady too. That would be like the highest rated Super Bowl, especially with people there. Oh my goodness.
Now the only thing is, would people be happy to see Brady win again?
No.
What happened?
I don't know. It'd be too much. You know what? He handles himself well, though. He's like a down to earth dude.
No,
I like that he got
absolutely.
drunk on tequila and was wandering around the streets, and someone had and he did like the misspelled tweet, like, "Sorry guys, nothing to see here."
Yeah, did you see him? He got classic Florida smashed when he was in Tampa. After the game when he won, Demi, I'm gonna fill you in because I can tell by the eyes you're like, what happened here? So Tom Brady wins the Super Bowl. And they give him the Vince Lombardi trophy, and they're celebrating with it out in the water. Like they do boat parties in Tampa. That's like a thing. So everyone like kind of brings out their boats and connects them together. And Tom actually took his trophy and threw it across the water to another boat to his players on the other side. And they like caught it over a body of water because he was just wasted. And everyone was looking at him like holy shit. Like if you dropped that, like that would have been a real problem, you know?
And his daughter is sitting next to him, his 8-year-old daughter. She's like 7 or 8.
Yeah.
She's like, Daddy, no, Daddy, no.
Yeah. You hear in the background. So funny.
Yeah. She's like being the responsible one. Yeah.
My favorite is when they walk him out at the end of the day and they're grabbing him by his shoulders, just keeping him straight so he doesn't fall over.
Yeah, that was what I was talking about. He was like,
obliterated.
He was like, yeah, it's great.
Great. No, I don't have in Florida myself. That's how we grew up. In high school, that's what we'd do. We'd take out the boats and we'd do boat parties on the weekends.
That sounds like a really like an old like
sandbar.
WBCW teen series.
It actually does. It sounds like Outer Banks kind of.
Yeah, totally. Absolutely. All right, Cade. We got to let you go here. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you guys for having me.
Demi. You made it all the way through. Your voice is clear.
We did it. No power issues. We did the dang thing.
We did it.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. You know the quote. How do you know?
He said it like 10 times.
I love it.
All right, Cade. We'll talk to you later.
Thank you so much. You guys have a great one.
All right. Bye. All right. That was Cade. You can follow him on Instagram at Cade Music. He has a new single out April 2nd. Really excited for that. And we're excited for the prospect of more shows and outdoor, first starting with outdoor shows, festivals. So hopefully we have a really fun summer coming this way. I do want to make an announcement, Demi. Mm-hmm. Big moment for one of our guests coming up tonight. Willie Jones, who was on our show a couple months ago, is making his late night debut on Jimmy Fallon tonight. And so tune into that and go to our Spotify, look up It's Real Jordan Demi on Spotify to listen to that interview. We're really happy when any of our guests like make it through, go to late night. So that's really cool.
That's amazing.
Yeah. All right. So you good, Demi? Let's go. All right, guys. So be sure to follow, check out our whole archive on popdust.com or on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to your music. And of course, you can watch the video versions on YouTube and Facebook. So until next week, we'll see you later. Thanks for watching.